I want to. We can't leave out. We got a few more minutes, but I don't know if you know this, but my first cousin is Chad Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
who played at Florida, and at one point was the reception leader for the
Mm-hmm.
University of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Chad played under who was before Muschamp? Oh
Zook,
gosh, he came after
Zook,
Spurrier. Who came after Spurrier?
Zook.
Zook. He played under Zook. He played under Zook before, yeah, before Coach Meyer got there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when Vernon went to Florida, I was like, keep the tradition going. It was I love that Florida pick. Now
Mm-hmm.
we got a veteran coach of almost 40 years and a high school. Our audience is high school athletes, so, and I can't let this go. I want you to tell us as much as possible how detailed that recruiting board is and the processes that go through those recruiting boards. And you guys are moving guys around who are recruiting, not recruiting. What do we want? Who are we going after? And then how the portal impacts that also now.
Well, what I'll tell you is that first of all, um, the portal's taken over, and this we could start a whole nother podcast if you want to be just
Okay.
on that.
Okay. We
We could
yep,
start a whole
yep, we
nother
probably
podcast,
need to.
and I'm not, I can't go there right now, but
Yep.
in terms of the way it used to be, it was kind of your normal sort of situation. You'd go through and you get a bunch of guys up there on the board. So let's say I was doing D line or linebackers or whatever it is. Once we identified and said, okay, this guy can play. We feel like he can play. He's got the size. He's got the speed. He got all that kind of good stuff. He's good in the classroom. Blah blah blah. Now you just go ahead and rank them. Right? You rank them how you want to take them. And then you try to bring them in that way if you can on visits and things like that to give the top guys the first chance. And then if the other guys don't want to come, then you go with your next guy. It's that type of thing. It's really not that hard a process. I think um, you know just like you talked about. I heard you talk about being that third guy, a fourth guy,
Yeah.
right? And they took the top three, and
Top
you know
three.
what? Yeah. So you end up going to Notre Dame. Well,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. You had to settle for Notre Dame. Don't even try
I
it.
wanted to be a Gator though, man.
Don't
I wanted,
don't even don't even, hey listen, don't even try it. I ain't trying
wanted
to
to
hear
be a
all that.
Gator, man.
You go settle for Notre Dame. You're something else.
No,
But
but
anyway,
there's always that SEC. If you think
oh, no doubt.
you think you're a dude,
Right.
you want to play in the SEC, and a lot of
Uh-huh.
folks just don't understand that. And Vernon kind of hit on it, like I believe in me, and at
Mm-hmm.
the time, me coming out of high school, Florida guy, super cocky, I was top rated. I want to be in the swamp.
There you
I want
go.
to play against Miami. I want to play against Florida State. I want to be in that level of competition. Didn't happen. And the only way I was going to stay in the SEC if I was going to play for the school I wanted to play for, and that was Florida. That didn't happen. But anyways, so
Yeah.
go ahead.
So yeah, so that's really kind of what ends up happening, man. I mean, we don't. Um, there were guys that sometimes at the end you take a chance on a guy. Um, John Vilma. I'm sitting there. I'm standing there with Butch, and we're sitting there watching this tape. And the conversation was, "Hey, listen, he's 6 foot. He's 195. I mean, he's a 4'8" guy. I mean, he don't, but he's smart. He's right around the corner. And how about this? And I don't know. He'll never hear this, but yeah, if nothing else, he can be a really good special teams guy for us. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Sean Taylor. Hey, listen, he's got all kinds of. He plays all different. He's a jack of all trades, master of none. So V, here's what's going to happen. You're going to get him first. You can play him at linebacker. We'll see him. But no, we're going to start him at safety. Then V, you'll get him. You know what I'm saying? Because if he can't play safety, the rest is history. So I never got him.
The rest
You know what
is
I'm saying?
right.
But like today, what's happening is the guy that would be, so let's say you got 25 scholarships. Those last 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, those guys, you would take those guys, and those are the guys you took and you put them in the weight room, and they, a year from now, 2 years from now, oh, you got one. You know what I'm saying? This guy's he's pretty good. He's not ready now, but we want to take him. So they're not doing that no more. You just go to the portal and find that guy. You know what I'm saying? And he's already been in
Right.
school for 2 years. You know what I mean? Or 3 or whatever that is. So you have an instant backup. You don't have to,
Right.
wait for him to develop and things like that. So the whole landscape, man, has kind of changed. We're at 105 now in terms of the numbers, right? And what that means is we got 85 scholarships, and then we got 20 guys that are walk-ons. It used to be you could have as many walk-ons as you wanted. It used to be even before this, and I'm old, but even before back in the day, you could have as many scholarships as you wanted if you could
Mm.
afford it, right? Then
Mm.
it went to 105. Then it went to 95. Then it went to 80. The current 85 right now. Now it's back up to 105. But again, and you take that 105 however you want it. So if Alabama wants to take 105 scholarships, they can do that. We're not doing that
Okay.
model. We're going to take 85 scholarships and 20 walk-on dudes and try to develop. So those 20 walk-ons are going to be guys that are. It's not just anybody off the street. We're going to look
Yeah.
at these
Yeah.
dudes. We're going to evaluate them, and they're getting evaluated like they would be scholarship type guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The ones that are a little bit later on. But so that's what's happening today, man. And as a matter of fact, I just got off the road this morning going and checking on some kids and that type of thing. The sign date is next week, next Wednesday, and
Right.
it's anticlimactic these days. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's already signed. Essentially, there's going to be a handful of guys that'll be signing. You know what I'm saying? Some of those top guys, the 4 and 5 star guys, they're going to sign. Probably guys that haven't made their final decision yet or whatever. And what are they waiting on? They're waiting on the money. They don't see what it is, who's gonna have the biggest bag. The whole listen, and again, I could talk about this for another hour. We're gonna lose all the things that I got in this thing for. Whether the being able to fight through adversity, teamwork, the commitment, all those types of things, man. I mean, the camaraderie of the locker room, all that stuff, man, and being able to fight through. And you ain't the starter right now. Vernon talked about not being the starter, right? And then getting his chance, and when the chance came up, bang, you know what I'm saying? Being able to go and take it. So, yeah, man. I mean, there's so many things that that we're missing or we're gonna miss. And here's the last thing is that, and because I know we're gonna get out of here, the unintended consequences. They're not coming up right now. They're going to come up a little bit later on. And here's what I mean. You're going to give this guy $100,000 or whatever the case may be. Ain't never had that much money ever in his life. First of all, take 25 off the top. They don't know that because it's taxes. They don't know nothing about taxes. You got all these dudes that are out here being these street agents or whatever it is, and they're trying to take 10, 15%. Let me ask you this question. Do you know how much does an NFL agent get?
Three
What's his
percent.
percentage? 3%.
Usually traditionally 3%.
Right. And most guys, I went to every high school coach that I went to the last couple of days, they had no idea. So here's what I did. I said, okay, listen, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take your kid and I'm going to get him 100,000. And all I'm going to take is 10%. All I'm going to take is 10. No, all I'm going to take is 15. Is that cool? And they were like, well, 15? Yeah, I guess I can live with that. So you can imagine these moms in the hood that got no idea. And these are football coaches now that I'm
Yep.
talking to. They got no idea. So
Yep.
their sons are going and now they have the ability to make a little bit of change, and it's going to be gone in no time. So that car so how about this? Check this out. That car that you buy right now, you better buy it
Yep.
full out, because if you don't, when that 100,000 doesn't come next year, how you gonna pay
Mm-hmm.
that? There's a thing called a car note, and guess what happens? If you don't pay that, they come to get it. There's a guy called the repo man. He coming to get that thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So all those the unintended consequences I'm getting at are, okay, you're done with football. Football's done. Now you're out in the real world, and your boss comes at you some kind of way. And what are you going to do now? Are you going to be able to figure it out? Are you going to be able to, manage that like you had to manage stuff when you were trying to play and figure out how to be a starter and how to be a player? Or are you just going to cut and run and go transfer and get in the portal? Well, there ain't no portal
Mm-hmm.
in real life. There ain't no portal. You know what I'm saying? You can't just get up and go because the guy pissed you off. You
Right.
better have a job ready for you if you do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, so we're going to lose a little bit of that with this whole thing, because and there's guys that have been at 4 different schools already.